Yeah, well, when everyone's Andrew Chia here, so it feels like I haven't made a video in a while. Honestly, it's been a very hectic week. Despite the whole state of the world, I've been working from home for the most part. But hey, it just comes with the territory. But welcome back to the channel, and of course, shout outs to everyone that actually came out for the stream on Saturday, the 500 subscriber stream. So yeah, we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, so it should be fun, and hopefully we can meet that, that milestone before the end of the year. But of course, today we'll be reacting to Tower of God episode 6. It's still Tower of God Wednesdays, even though I'm doing this later than usual since today was a hectic day. But hey, hope you guys are having a great day. Of course, if you like the content here, be sure to hit the like. It definitely helps the channel. Subscribe, enable the notifications, comments, the usual YouTube jazz and blues. But hey, let's get right into it. Alright, so the last time we left off, Rachel, or Raquel, she did come to the room where Bam and Khun were, so it should be interesting to see how this all plays out. Her coming in this early should move the plot along, and especially since this season should be only 13 episodes, I guess it makes sense for her to come just about at the halfway point here. So, let's see how it goes. They're looking good recording wise. 夜はすごく寂しい子でした。塔を登ると言ったら泣きながら行くなって止められたけど。What's Rap doing that? 別に俺様は黒い亀のことなんて心配してないぞ。入れよ。言うことを聞かない？ああ、女とは話もしたくないらしい。武器と話すってのはピンとこないが。わかった。俺が説得して。All right. Love this new outfit, this new look. Definitely make him look cooler. This man do everything while asleep, brother. Wait, what? Is that a person dressed in a rice, rice like, yo, a rice outfit? Oh well, that makes sense. Because that could be interpreted multiple ways. One where it's either not really beneficial to him and it's just going to harm him in the long run. But two, it still could be interpreted like that, but where like it's just more of a limiter on what he can do, because based on what we've seen so far, Bam is ridiculously powerful, really. It's just about him actually learning how to tap into that power. So the fact that this, well, whatever he's forming a contract with says it's going to be a shackle, I think I'm more leaning along the lines of that, being more of a limiter on what he can do. So yeah, but hey. That this man still throws me off, dog. Oh, it's someone from Chelsea.
とか言ってどっか行った。
Seriously, my dude.
すごい気合入ってますね。それ入るだろう。塔に登るためだ。僕も頑張らなきゃ。
は恋愛禁止なの。
いや、僕は友達の話を。
私、男女の友情信じてないから。
Some people would agree with that.
何してる？こんな奴らと戯れるとは。本日はゲームを行います。ルールは簡単。人数が8人になるまで蹴落とし合ってください。9人。8人になるまで逃げ回るつもりか。緑の4月がある時に出直してきなさい。今じゃ足元にも。はあ、神の姫とか呼ばれる妹たちに。私が塔に来た理由はただ一つ。ザハードの名を持つ全てのものを殺して復讐を完成させること。最初はお前だ。ヘンドラシ。
And there we have it, people. Over Tower of God episode 6. So kind of toned down on the action compared to the last 2 episodes, but definitely another solid episode. We got a lot of information this episode regarding the lore and setup for the roles that persons on teams will be playing. All in all, I'd say it comes at the right time, just in order to kind of establish things going forward, because we're pretty much at the halfway point for the season, like between this episode and next episode. So yeah, given that there's going to only be 13 episodes. But in terms of what I liked about this episode, a lot of things that I was saying in previous episodes are starting to materialize, and all for the better. So first of all is Bam. The fact that they go over the point that, okay, Rachel or Raquel, whatever. But yeah, the point that she isn't really interested in reuniting or joining back up with Bam, and the fact that Khun and basically everyone else around him are kind of influencing him or encouraging him to get stronger. So it kind of goes back to what I was saying, that even though Bam starts off as this kind of blank slate that doesn't really indulge in himself, he's pretty selfless in the idea that he's only interested in Rachel. The interest, or one of the big points of the series, is going to see how he changes and how he decides to do things for himself. And one thing I was saying in previous reviews is that one thing I would want to see now is him actually having the drive to become stronger as a person on the team, where basically as the weakest person on the team, quote unquote, at least in terms of skill and ability, and accessing that when he wants. So I'm glad that this episode established that he's at least now interested in actually training and getting stronger, and they actually set that up using the lore of the series by giving us more information in terms of how each person on a team should function within a particular role. Of course, I'm gonna have to rewatch the episode to kind of memorize those different, there are like 5 different roles that you saw in the episode reaction there. So that was very interesting. Of course, we also have the parallels between Bam and Khun, as I was saying in previous reviews as well, where since Khun also experienced something with a princess of Jahad, or at least just a girl of his own, quote unquote, in the sense that she was his half sister, used them to become a princess of Jahad, and he's also had experience with selfish women basically. So as I also said in previous reviews, is that there is a parallel between Khun and Bam, and that's going to lead to either some tension or the dynamics between Khun and Bam going forward, as Khun, as we see in this episode, is striving to protect Bam. He's decided to do that, and it makes sense. Even though we haven't gotten the full scope of what actually happened in Khun's backstory, we can really relate to, as in his decision in this episode, it doesn't come out of like left field or out of nowhere is what I'm saying. So there's that. Of course, apart from all of that, we do get some more, not really a deep dive, but we get some more from the side characters, including, well, specifically Anaak in this episode, and we get some more information based on what was said by the person on Rachel's team and Dorsey, that we learn her name this in this episode as well. Apparently Anaak isn't Anaak, but Anaak's daughter. Anaak was her mother, and apparently she's an orphan that was raised by Anaak, so there's that. And we get to learn that her goal is basically just revenge on Jahad and the whole system of the tower, or at least just, well, basically because Jahad runs the tower. So yeah, basically the whole system of the tower. So it's kind of wild because we find out that her adopted father, or at least who Anaak, the actual Anaak, married, that he was killed by the princesses of Jahad. So that's interesting. I think I wouldn't say it's expected, but it's not surprising given how Anaak was portrayed as a character up until this point, that her goal is revenge. Not that it's a bad thing, but yeah, it's just to be, well, it's not surprising essentially. But speaking of Jahad, we got some information regarding them. Apparently they're not actual princess, well, they're princesses, but they aren't really like related. They're just basically used as, like, as Dorsey put it in this episode, like just like brands, are like kind of like figureheads, are just like representatives for the different tribes of Jahad, just to represent their skills and their abilities for each tribe essentially. So it kind of leads to Anaak saying that they're all imposters. There are no real princesses of Jahad. So it kind of sets up things, and I might be looking into it too much, but Anaak's quest to basically tear down the establishment of Jahad through killing the princesses could be viewed in a subtle way as like regular persons going against the established government in real life, and just being against what the government probably represents. I don't know if I'm looking at it wrong or looking at it too deep, but I kind of, basically it's kind of like Jahad is corrupt and she's going against that establishment. I kind of get that from her character, so I think there's potential for her. So there's that. Is there anything I'm missing? Rachel now for this episode. We still didn't get really a lot. She doesn't want Bam to know that it was her, even though Bam does it's implied that he highly suspects that it really is her in this episode, even though she basically agreed, or couldn't basically agree to lie to Bam that it wasn't her. But there does seem to be some conflict within our character. It probably won't be as one-dimensional as Khun's experience, where the girl just straight up betrayed him. So even though I still expect Rachel to betray Bam later on, or do something that goes against what Bam sees her as, so there's that. But yeah, not much. But all in all, I thought it was a decent episode. Definitely added on to the lore and set things up for the better for the rest of the season, I would say. Good character moments, I'd say, as well, where Bam's concerned, where, you know, just establishing his drive to actually progress in the story. Because I know I can definitely see some person saying that, yo, there's not really much to Bam, but that's part of the appeal of the story, seeing how it'll change, and this is just the first step. So, of course, if I missed anything, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought about episode 6 of Tower of God, and hit the like button. Definitely helps the channel. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, so hey. But anyway, hope you guys are doing great, and I'll see you guys in the next one.